That's a crazy shot. I look insane. Fujifilm X-H2, by the way, guys. So if you like cameras, I just started a channel talking about all the gear that I use in the studio. It's called Fifth Floor Studio Miami. It has 4 subscribers. There's literally no one over there. It's not high production. It's literally just me doing stuff about cameras. So, which is just a passion thing. I'm a huge tech guy. You kind of have to be when you decide to get a whole studio for your channel. But yeah, check that out. For this video though, welcome back. My name's Forrest. I invest in stuff I think that everybody should too. Apex is paying out traders in as little as 1 day now, guys. It's crazy. Certified, seen it happen myself, as well as confirmed with a few other traders in my community. It's very possible that's not happening for everyone, but still that's a huge move in the right direction. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the story of apextraderfunding, they kind of were the big dog in this space, uncontested for a while because they have 20 accounts. Do they have the best type of accounts? Not necessarily, right? They have what's called intraday trailing drawdown. That means that as your profit rises, your trailing or the balance where you would fail the account goes with you based off the max amount. And then if you lose some money, you can blow it up, right? So it's a little bit harder to pass, but you can get 20 of them, right? So really, really good scale. They had a really, really bad year, okay? So everybody who's been using them already knows that. If you're new, they're tons of other options, right? So if you look at my affiliate links, I am an affiliate, right? So if you use the links, disclaimer, we'll get a commission for that. If you hate me, don't like my guts, you can just go to the website, do it yourself. I don't have to get a commission. That's fine. But the firms listed below, I think are good firms. I would also throw Top Step in there. I'm not a Top Step affiliate, but they are another good firm that I would mention. And just in general, there are a ton of other options outside of Apex now. But what all this competition has done in the industry has improved kind of the experience for prop traders, right? So faster payouts. A really good example of this is my funded futures, right? So they are my go-to recommendation for a new trader. If you're just starting prop trading, get an account with my funded futures. It's really simple, straight to the point. If you want to get scale with a number of accounts, that's where Apex comes into play. In this video, we're going to talk about Apex Trader Funding in particular and kind of the payback period if you were to get 5 accounts. So not 20, just 5, and we're going to go down that path. But in general, right, Apex has picked into gear, so I expect people to lean back into them. So I wanted to show kind of a reasonable path to getting payouts without having to necessarily blow up the bank if you're a new trader. Now, again, there are a ton of options, and even though I'm an affiliate with all the ones listed below and have opinions on all these other firms, I have to say this to everyone. Use a firm that makes sense for you. Hopefully what you can see through the rest of this video is that having a plan and executing that plan is way more important than what I or any other person on YouTube has to say or what anybody on a Discord community has to say, right? All of us have inherent biases. That's fine. So what you need to do is come up with a plan for yourself that makes sense with your budget, that is reasonable and attainable, right? With consistent and hard effort, right? Trading is really, really hard. Prop firms are a tool in order for us to get leverage in the markets. But you still need to use them wisely, right? Otherwise, you'll just end up being a top line number for one of these prop firms, right? Just a revenue number, right? You're one of the customers who is never profitable, never gets payout, and it's just money in their pockets. That's how they stay in business, quite frankly, right? So let's go ahead and open up the Mac. We're gonna do a little spreadsheet and show you what it would look like if you were a very, very conservative trader who only got 5 accounts from Apex Trader Funding, knowing that they now process payouts in as little as 1 day instead of like 2 weeks. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do, I have a little spreadsheet open here. Close this. We're gonna go over to Apex's website, right? So we need to figure out what our cost is and what account we're gonna get. So apextraderfunding.com is their website, right? Let's scroll all the way. Okay. If you're in the prop firm business and for some reason watching my channel, let's see what Get Started takes me. Okay, it does take me to the plan. All right, the call to action takes me to the plan. I guess I was just blind. I'm blind to CTAs. I wish that the very first thing at the top of a prop firm website was the plans. Like I know what it is. Okay, take control of your brand new. Like I don't care about that. Just show me like the sale, and then the rest thing. Right. So pricing though, important right now. Of the filming of this video, there's 80% off. That's not all the time. Okay, by the time this video comes out, the sale might not be going. That's fine. You can still do the same thing. The math number's gonna be different, a little bit different, but what you'll see by the end of this video is that it doesn't matter in the long run too much what your entry cost is. So your entry cost is most important when you're on a budget though. Okay, so I'm going to assume 5 accounts in this. This might be 1, 2, 3. Okay, but it very well could be 1 for you. That's fine. Okay, I'm all about planning and executing, right? I harp on it every single day in the Discord. I'm a huge planner myself. Okay, without a plan, you're always going to be chasing shiny objects. You'll have shiny object syndrome. You'll be looking for silver bullets in the markets. All these things to try to change your life in a day, right? You don't get here in a day. Okay. Anyways, let's look at the accounts. So they have all of these different plans. So they have 300Ks. I think it's auto scrolling. 25K, 50K. I've done a video reviewing all the accounts. Maybe we'll link it here. I think the best accounts for a new trader are either the 25K or the 50K. All right. So really quickly, and you go watch that video to break down why, kind of the value per. I look at the ratio from profit target to trailing threshold. I think the 50K is best because you get a little bit more of a trailing threshold and your profit target's $3,000 and you have just enough leverage to do that inside of a month. We're going to assume the 25K here. We're going to go for a little bit cheaper of an option. So this is going to be 80% off. Okay. The profit goal is $1,500. The trailing threshold is $1,500. So there's a ratio of 1-to-1 there. And at the current discount of 80% off, open up our handy dandy calculator app. Okay. 147 times 0.2, right? We're paying the 20% is $29.40. Okay. So this is going to be $29.40 a pop. So what we're going to do is we're going to write this down in our spreadsheet though. So it's $147. So we'll just say account type, say the cost, say the discount, and we'll say the final cost. Okay. So the account type is going to be the 25K. Okay. The cost is $147. The discount is 80%, 80. So the final cost is going to be equal to this times 1 minus 80%. Okay. 29.40. Okay. If you don't understand that math, go learn that in a different video, but the cost is $29. I promise if you go to the checkout at 80% discount, it's going to be $29 and some change, but we want to get 5 of these. So we do 25K. Okay. Let's copy all of this actually. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now let's sum up our costs. We'll say total cost and we'll do equal to the sum of these things. Okay. For you Gen Zers out there, hope you know how to use a spreadsheet. It's $147. Crazy. Forrest, was that on purpose? Is buying something at 1/5 of the price and then getting 5 of them equal to the total price because of math? Well, maybe it is, guys. All right. So it costs us $147, okay, to get 5 of these instead of just 1, which is awesome. Okay. We'll add some dollar signs to this just so that we can see what these prices are. Oh, that was pretty cool. Okay. So $147 all in out of pocket, which gives me, and let's go back to our website again. Let's look at the leverage that we have. We have a profit goal of $1,500 per account, trailing threshold of $1,500, and we have 4 minis and 40 micros. So we have plenty of leverage. You could trade 2 to 3 M&Q and do this just fine. So let's finish mapping out our goal. Now, again, the carrying cost for this is going to be 80%. Is going to be this discounted price still, right? We're going to assume that. So let's add that into our spreadsheet actually first before we look at making money. So our monthly cost is going to be $147 per month. Okay. And let's just say it takes us 1 month to pass, right? So let's just say months to pass. We'll say 1. So we'll say total cost is equal to this times this. Okay. So if it takes us 1 month to pass, we're only paying that fee once. Okay. We have to pay a fee to convert them to PAs. So there's a PA conversion fee. Actually do this a little bit lower. Let's do this over here. PA conversion fee, which is going to be $85. Okay. And so the total is going to be equal to this times 5. Okay, $425. So let's add up all of our costs, right? So our cost here is $147 plus the $425. Okay, if we pass in 1 month, total out of pocket is equal to this plus this, $572. Now that's a pretty good deal, but if you're a newbie and that sounds like a lot, that's what I want you to be aware of. Okay, when you guys jump into this, maybe you need to go to 4 accounts or 3 accounts or 2 accounts to start. But once you pass, Apex does have that conversion fee. Right now, the fee is only $85. It's normally more. Okay, it is normally more, guys. So make sure you read the contract details. For now, let's assume our total out of pocket is a little over half a stack, half of $1,000. Okay, so assuming, let's look at some trading. Okay, let's just say that there are tradable days in a month, or 20. Okay, how do I get that? There's 5 days in a week, 4 weeks in a month. This is a generalization because there are holidays and things like that. Okay, there's 252 trading days in a year, generally. So tradable days, 20. Of the tradable days, of the days where we could trade, let's just say there's days with setups. It's half of that. Okay, so that's going to be 10. So we're only making money half of the time. We make money half of the time. Okay, let's assume our win rate is 100%. Say win rate. Daily win rate is 100%. Okay. And let's say our daily profit is $200. All right. So the question is, what is our monthly profit? Okay. So this is some simple math. We're going to do an equal sign. I'm making $200 every day times 10 days. Okay. Times 100% times the number of accounts I have, just 5. Okay. So every month I'm making $10,000. Now, if I want to see this per account, so per account is just going to be equal to this divided by 5. Okay, it's 2,000. Awesome. So you'll probably notice here, if we go back to the website, that our profit target was $1,500, right? $1,500 profit target. We passed it in 1 month, trading half of the days. Okay, now let's mess with our plan. Let's assume that our win rate out of the 10 days is only 90%. Okay, we're still doing all right. Let's say it's 80%. Okay, that's still pretty good. We're at 1,600. Let's go to 75. Okay, so 75% of the 10 days we're still passing, and we're making $7,500 a month in total. So this should show you how feasible it is, making only $200 half of the time and messing up. Okay, I'll click on these boxes again in real time. $200 half of the time, and you're messing up while you're doing it. You can still pass this account in a month. Okay, you pay. If you do that again, right, and let's just say annually, right, it's going to be equal to this times 12, making $90,000 a year. So there are a ton of different levers in this spreadsheet. I didn't pre-organize this, right, which is why it's not pretty. I'm doing this in real time, and as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I want to shift some stuff around. I'm not going to do that. The reason I do these videos this way, guys, is to show you what it actually looks like. That's my whole methodology of doing these videos, is to show you what it actually looks like to make a plan like this, right? It's not, there's no crazy numbers. There's no magic here. I'm not assuming something crazy. It's just like, what if I trade half the time and do okay? Let's go to a win rate of like 50%, right? 50%, it's going to take me more than a month, right? So I'm making $5,000 a month. It's going to take me more than a month. My monthly cost is going to go up, right? So I have to do this for 2 months to hold these accounts, right? Because it's $147 a month to hold the account. So then I pass in 2 months, right? So if per account making $1,000 a month and the profit target is $1,500, it's going to take me a month and a half. But before the next billing cycle, you would have passed. Let's up the numbers a little bit. Let's say that your daily win rate, you're still only winning 5 out of the 10 days. Okay, that's what the daily win rate is out of the 10. So let's assume that you're making a little bit more money though. You go to $400. Now you're making $2,000. Let's say that your win rate gets a little bit better. You go to 60. Now you're at 2,400. Let's go back to 70. You really crank it, right? Now a safe number I'm gonna tell you guys right now is like 50% for your newbies, maybe even like 40%. Okay, this isn't accounting for losses or anything like that. This is just saying I'm turning it into a win rate. So you'll have to add that into your metrics, but I want you to plan this out and really show you guys that this is possible. At half the time, $400 a day, you're doing $120,000 a year. How can I make $400 a day? Well, that's like 2 M&Q. Let's talk about leverage. Okay, so 1 M&Q is equal to $2 a point. Now, I'm saying M&Q because I trade ES and NQ, right? So ES, NQ, MES, M&Q. MES is $5 a point, okay? Now, you can trade whatever you want, but again, I think 2 M&Q is a sweet spot for traders. If you trade the way that I trade, the way that we teach in my Discord, okay? Like today, as I'm filming this, we got 150 points, okay? For like 10:15 today, right? It was a really easy day. It's Friday as I'm filming this, October 4th. Caught the drop, okay? 100 points there, 2 M&Q, that's $400 right there. Easy. Super easy day, right? Plus there were other setups today, right? So this should average, we're talking about averages over time. If you're patient, if you slow down, it's very possible, even with a ton of wiggle room, and that's what I'm trying to show here, to pass inside of a month, not have to carry a ton of accounts, you'll get paid. So what happens once I get paid? Again, you do this for 2 months, okay? The first month you're capped, the max payout on a 25K is $1,500, okay? So your payout is equal to 1,500 times 5, okay? For the first 3 months, I think it is. And then after that, it's whatever you want, right? So at this point in time, we'll just say, let's do a sum of these. You've made $22,000, making $400 a day, 5 days out of the month. 5 days out of the month, guys. It's possible. It is so possible. Trading is possible. You can do this. Have what it takes, right? What you need to do is ignore the noise. You need to ignore the need to try to make a ton of money all at once. You need to ignore all of the distractions and in everything that can get in the way. Stop chasing the shiny objects. Stop trying to get 20 accounts when you can just start with 5. Use the $22,500 that you made to go and get your 15 other accounts, right? Whether they're on sale or not, it does not matter. It's entirely possible. The people who are successful at trading are the people who are able to sit down, come up with a plan, brainstorming, theory crafting. It's all the same thing. But what's going to happen is that I could take this spreadsheet, I could go and sit down. When I'm looking at the markets tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but when I'm looking at the markets on Monday, I can think, oh, I'm not just doing something arbitrarily. What I'm trying to do is I'm looking to see if this is one of those 5 days out of the month where I can make $400. But now I know I only need 5 days out of the month to make my $22,000 or my $120,000 per year. Just 5, because I have the scale of the 5 accounts. Now, we could turn these levers up. We could really crank these numbers up, right? If we wanted to change the number of accounts to, let's just say 10 accounts, turn it up to 10, divide that by 10, okay? Now we're making like serious bread, okay? $240,000 a year. The numbers just go up and up. I'll let you do that experimentation and that math. My goal of this video was just to show you, again, with the renewed interest, I'm sure that's going to come with Apex, that it's possible. Use it smart. Apex is a tool. I know you're going to want to go and get 20 accounts. That's fine. You can do that if you're a new trader. My recommendation is not to do that, right? You can still use my affiliate link, but maybe only get 2 accounts, maybe get 5 accounts, maybe just get half and get 10. But I highly encourage you, whatever amount that you get, to have a plan. Think about why you're using that leverage, why you're going to use that scale. Make sure that you're ready to pay the PA conversion fee, whatever it is, once you pass those accounts, because you will, right? Because you're going to trade smart and manage your risk smart. You're going to do that. Make sure that you're prepared for that. And ultimately, just understand what your cash inflows and outflows are going to be, and treat this like a business. That's really important. My name is Forrest. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Peace.